were a group of kids. We called them the orphans because they didn't have parents. They were actually like 17 to 21, so it's not like they were like little kid orphans, but they were on their own. And we tried to, they attempted to get into HKIA. We were brought on to take care of them once HKIA was closed. That's when we were brought into the process, and there were 6 of them. And so they got up to the Mazar-e Sharif area. That's where we went next to the next, and that's where we actually moved most of our planes, was out of Mazar. And they were hiding in the hills outside of Mazar, and I was communicating with their, we called, just for clarification purposes, shepherds, right? You had thousands of people, and then you had these groups broken down, and then you shepherded certain people. Now, you and I weren't talking day by day at that point in time, but is that what you guys called them? You had the shepherds that oversaw certain flocks. So I was directly connected to their shepherd, who was their point of contact. And anyway, I'll never forget the day. We were trying to get them out of Mazar. They were hiding in the mountains. We had safe houses, but we weren't able to get them to a safe house yet. And I'll never forget, and I still have the voice message of one of their cousins who lived in the United States, who was their shepherd, leaving me a voice message that, and they were Christians, by the way, so they were targets. And leaving me a message that one of the boys, 19 years old, the Taliban had found him in town. They had gone in for supplies. The Taliban found them and beat him to death. And I'm just sitting there listening to that message. And at the time, I had a son very close to that age, and all I could see was just the Taliban beating my son to death. That's the only thing I could see in my mind. And oh, good. I'm glad I'm dead inside enough to know that I won't cry anymore telling this story. But you know, that illustrates one of those stories where we did not get everyone out, and all of us. There were so many wonderful organizations and groups that worked through this with botched, terrible, awful, effed up withdrawal, who lost people. Yeah. Strangers, but who took a piece of us with them.